So, did you miss me? Did you miss me? I missed you more. Yes, I did. Yes, I did, boo-boos. But here we are on another fabulous tutorial, and we are going to be making an MDC card, a MemoryDex card. We're going to be making this little bad boy right here. Bam! All up in you right there, baby. So this is the little bad boy we're going to be creating today. We went ahead and did it a Halloween style because theme. Sorry, not style. Well, it is a style. No, it isn't. It's a theme. So we did it Halloween theme, and we're gonna go ahead and use this to swap with somebody who is doing a MDC card with moi. Now I don't have any dies or I don't have any special little tools to make these little bad boys. I had to just do these little holes myself, and it's pretty easy because I've seen a lot of people on YouTube make these little bad boys. This is not your regular size MDC card. This is your pretty tall one. This idea, I got it from a really good friend of mine, Janet, Mom to Create. You guys should check out her tutorial. She makes some really amazing MDC cards. She makes a lot of them actually. And so she started making the really tall ones, the big ones. And so I got that idea because I said, that's brilliant, Janet. Because then like this, I could go ahead and have a bigger canvas to work with, and I could decorate more. We could use a lot more elements and stuff like that. I do want to make one that's going to be like a little carnival theme. You guys are going to see because I have that little Ferris wheel die, which I think is adorable. But anyway, that's a total different video. Stop talking about that. But anyway, so I got that idea on the height of the MDC card off of my good friend Janet, Mom to Create, and we decorated it all Halloween, and these are the little elements that we use. Now, I didn't want to go ahead and go to the store. Whoa, focus. I didn't want to go to the store and go have to purchase anything, right? I wanted to go ahead and use everything that we already have on hand. Now, if you guys have been following me, you guys have seen that last year for Halloween, I did a lot of Halloween hauls and I did do a lot of good bargains. So I stocked up on a lot of supplies, and we have a lot of supplies here. So might as well put them to waste because I'm not about to hoard it, you know? So let's use it. So that's why you're going to recognize some of the elements of last year's. It's just really using them, but doing different kind of styles with them. Mix them up and stuff like that. And people will never even notice. Besides, a lot of people love these little banners and these little guys. So I was like, that works. But anyway, that's the little bad boy we are going to be making. Like I said, this little part right here is kind of a little bit, it's just tedious. You have to do the hole punch and then do the little slits and stuff like that, and it works, and you have to make sure that they're in the proper measurement. But however, there are paper punches that do this, and there's also dies that do this as well. But I will be purchasing one of those little paper punches. Yes, I will, boo boo. Yes, I will. But for right now, we don't have that, so we just went ahead and made it by hand. Now, let's not waste any more time, guys, because I know you guys want to get down and dirty, boo boos, and I will see you in a bit. Alrighty then, my little crafty monsters. Let's get down and dirty and make these little bad boys right here. So this is the supplies we will be using, and this is stuff that we had from last year, and we're going to go ahead and use that for this year. And so, yeah, some of this stuff I got it from, I think the sequence I got it from Target, Walmart, the 99-cent store, and all that stuff. So right here, we're just going to go ahead and cut our cardstock. These are 110 pound, and we're cutting them down to basically 4 by, I believe that's 4 by 5. And we're going to go ahead and try to measure out where those little grooves where, for the MemoryDex, where that has to go. Now, this is basically the second time that I've ever done this. I don't remember how I did the first one because I didn't really videotape myself. And I was just doing an angel swap for somebody because they were flaked on, so I filled in for them. But anyway, so this is barely the second time, and the reason why I was inspired to do this is because of the fact that I've been seeing some of my good friends' videos, Mom to Create, and her name is Janet, and she makes a lot of MemoryDex cards, and she makes some really beautiful cards. And so I decided that I was going to go ahead and use her idea as making the MemoryDex card bigger because I said that was brilliant, so I could have more of a canvas to work with. So originally the MemoryDex card is basically it's 4 by, let me see, I'm going to measure it for you, 4 by 5, like I said. But once I decorated and everything is on this MemoryDex card, it turned out to be 4 by 6 3/4. So it did get pretty high once I started decorating it and stuff like that. But so right here, I'm just going to go ahead and glue these two together to make them a 220-pound card stock. I don't know if that works that way. Does it work that way? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Don't judge me. I'm a scientist. So we went ahead and we stuck 2 110-pound cardstock together and we made 220. So right here, I'm just going to go ahead and pick my little DSP paper. I want to go ahead and use 2 different types of DSP paper. So I'm going to go ahead and make it into kind of like not halfway, but a little bit less than half, like a 3/4 of an inch, so that I could, just give it more of an accent, so it's just not one single little paper. And so right here, with all of the paper packs that I have, all of the little Halloween ones, it is really, really hard to pick a DSP paper because I would love to use them all. But then you have to be really careful not to use a black one because then it would blend way, way too much and it'll just be too much black. Too much black, my friend. And so right here, I picked these little polka dots because polka dots for me is always like, hello, that's super cute. And this one looks pretty Halloweeny, if that's even a word. Is it a word? Yes, it is. Don't judge me. Halloweeny it is. So we're going to go ahead and cut that down to, the same size. So it's 5 inches. But we went ahead and cut it by, let me see, I'm going to tell you right now, my little crafty monsters, 5 by 3. So we cut that 5 by 3. And then the second little DSP paper, well, that one's already a little scrap because it's not really a scrap. It's actually a regular paper, but it's one of my printouts that I printed out from one of the designers that I usually purchase from Etsy. They do like a lot of like the digital papers, and so I don't remember which one I got this one from. But anyway, this one is cut down to 5 by 1.5, and that is just so that it basically gives it, like I said, like a little accent. And I have to round the corners on this one because, I mean, hello, you have to. So right here, I'm just going to go ahead and layer everything together. I want that little DSP paper to stick upward because I don't know why I want it to stick up. I just want it to be a little bit higher just to give it that little extra height. And I was going to stick to little spider webs. That was my original thought, but then I started thinking about it and I said, no, that's going to be a little bit too much. So come on, Jesse, just bring it down a bit, bring it down. And I ended up using something else anyway. Most of all of these little clip arts that I have right here, these were all purchased from Etsy store from various little designers. This was last year that I purchased all of these, so I've had them for a whole year. I don't remember whose is whose, actually, to tell you the truth. I'd have to go back to my Etsy store and see if I could try to give whoever I got these people's credit. But I purchased a lot of these items on Etsy, so you could go ahead and go onto Etsy, Halloween clip arts and stuff like that, and you'll find a lot of these little ones that I've actually used. So right here, it's just basically really layering, guys. It's whatever it is that you guys want to use whenever you are making whatever project it is. If it's like a MemoryDex card, if it's like a loaded bag, if it's like a card, if it's an embellishment, if it's a rosette, if it's, whatever it is that you guys are making, I like to put everything out on the table. I know that I sound like a broken record because I've told you guys that so many times, but that's because it's the truth. You have to throw everything that you like onto the table, and then from there just start letting your creative imagination go. See, for some of you guys it's a little bit easier because you guys would be able to get things and color coordinate a little bit more easier. I can't see the color, so I can't really do too much of the color coordinating, but what I do like to do is I do like to get things that I like, and on like colored DSP paper, stuff like that. I just get things that in my eyes they just look good, like they look good together, and that's how I start placing things. And it's not so much because I'm even color coordinating, because half of the time, I bet you anything, none of my stuff is color coordinated, but but for the most part, it always comes out like a little masterpiece, and it's, it's liked by a lot of people, and maybe it's disliked by some, but you can't win them all. So you could just continue doing what you do best, boo boos, and do your art, and that's what I do here. And so, like I said, a lot of these little clip arts are ones that I've had from last year. So this is like a little label. It says like spell potions and stuff like that, and it I'm gonna just use that as a little accent. Of course, it's probably going to get covered with something else, because I like to layer stuff, and I like stuff to kind of like peep out from from the top and from the bottom and stuff like that. And that's the reason why I layer the way I layer. Now, some things I will cut off of the card just so that it'll be perfectly so it'll fit either an index card if somebody's going to put this in that, or whatever it is. I was going to use that little pumpkin, but you know what, I said nah, I'm not going to use the little pumpkin. I'm going to end up doing something bigger, bolder, and better. And so right here, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to continue layering. And then on top of all of this stuff, we're going to go ahead and put that banner that says Vanishing Visitors. And so we're going to go ahead and put that little banner on the very top of the spider web, the skull, and the little candy and the sign. And we will be just adding everything together. I mean, most of everything that I have on the table, except for some of those signs, but like the little creeper, I call him the little creeper boy, the skulls, well, we already used that skulls, but everything else, like the little spiders that we will be using onto this little bad boy, and we will be like, just layering it to give it some little extra 3D. That's the reason why I wanted to add the little spider webs. I see a lot of people using a lot of mixed media stuff, like little bones, plastic bones, and little eyeballs and stuff like that, and that's freaking amazing, because you're using other stuff and you're making it a cute little art. And so I personally love layering. Am I good at it? I don't think I'm good at it, but for the most part I layer however it is that my eyes feel that it looks good. And once I'm okay with that, then we call it a we call it a day, my little crafty monsters. But these are super easy. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have already made some, some MDC cards, and you guys are probably like, whatever, Jesse, those are like so old. But it's just that I haven't made any of them because I've never really joined any swap that has to do with MDC card, except for that one, like I said. But I was just doing an angel swap, so that was the only reason why I made that. But anyway, it was pretty fun. It was easy. It was a little ice cream theme or something like that, because it was summer from last year. And so I decided, after seeing some of my friend Janet's videos, I decided that I'm going to go ahead and start making a few little MDC cards. So I'm definitely going to invest in that little puncher. I've seen some people using that, but, I don't know if I'll find it, but we'll find something, my little crafty monsters. So right here, all I did was I put some of that that E6000, and so I am just using that to go ahead and glue all of my little is that E6000? Yeah, it is E6000. So I'm just using that to glue the little tarantulas, those little black widows or whatever they are, because that is going to hold them down for sure. And I know that those little suckers are not going to go anywhere. They're going to be permanent. Yes, they are, Bobos. And that's what I use on a lot of my stuff. You guys are going to see that whenever I'm gluing things like that, I always tend to use the E6000 because the glue gun, after it dries, for some reason, sometimes they still fall off. And we want to prevent that. So, anywho, there you go, my little crafty monsters. That's how easy it was to make this little MDC card. Welcome back, my little crafty monsters. Yeah, that's how easy it was to make this little bad boy right here. And it's the Halloween theme, which is my ultimate favorite. You know I love me some Halloweeny. And so, again, we used everything that we had, so we didn't have to go ahead and purchase anything. I bet you anything, you guys have a bunch of supplies from last year. Go ahead and just buy 1 or 2 new things and just incorporate that with the supplies you already have and make new stuff. I mean, the stuff you bought are obviously cute, because if they were not cute, you guys would not have bought them. So, you know they're adorable, so use them. And I'm definitely going to go ahead and go get one of those little paper punches to do this bottom part of a MDC card, because I will be making some more of these. I really liked doing this. I thought it was really super duper easy and super fun and super cute to do. So we went ahead and we made that little bad boy. So anyways, I'm so sorry, you guys, that I was MIA all last week, but we were kind of dealing with some stuff. And then also too, I was kind of not even in the mindset of crafting. Seriously, I was completely blank. And I knew I wanted to start doing the whole Halloween videos because we are already getting closer to Halloween, so we might as well get those videos out. And so I knew I wanted to do that, but I just didn't know what I was going to do. And so I said, let's just slowly creep up in there. We're creeping up, boo-boo. Ripping up. What we're doing is we're starting the little paper crafts, and then afterwards I will start making some little Halloween decorations that I plan to use around the house, and it's gonna be pretty amazing. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Don't forget to subscribe. Wait, that's what you were gonna say? Yeah, I think that's what you were gonna say. So don't forget to subscribe. Go ahead and hit that little icon. It's the picture of moi, and then we become BFFFFFs, because BFs is good, but BFFs is even better. And that's what you want to do, boo-boo. You want to become my BFFFFF. Also, since you're already there, go ahead and hit that little bell icon, because that bell icon is for you, my little crafty monsters, so you guys will not be missing out on any new content that I put out. And also go ahead and hit that little thumbs up, because that is needed on my channel to help it grow. Also share and tell a friend. Don't be stingy. We've had this conversation before, my little crafty monsters. Do not be stingy, boo-boos. Tell your friends and tell the world, because they need to know how fabulous these tutorials are. And that's it for now, my little crafty monsters. Until next time, goodbye.